Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wargaming League Gold Series. I'm Benjamin Breaker Novotny,
Liz Edison 99.
And I'm Skipper Alpha.
and today we're about to dive into 6 different teams yet again. Team number 1 would be
PvP Super Friend.
PvP
versus,
Super Friends.
Yep, and versus Charlotte Tiger, which is the Team Patron
Yeah.
from Japan.
Do we have Elong playing again tonight?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's right.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I read something wrong on the on the screen we had just come from before we were at this one. Okay, so and then they're going to be facing off against Numb.
Yeah, no.
We had Numb playing day before yesterday, did we not?
Yeah, that's right.
That was
Because we only have
versus-
8 teams, right?
Right.
And,
Okay.
and so if we have 6 matchup in this week, so there must be some team playing 2 matches.
All right. It's a little bit confusing to the newcomers, guys. It really is. Like, this one hurts my head because I'm not good at math. Okay. And then we've got Team Efficiency facing off against NVIDIA Aces.
Yeah,
and
I think the most close game today. It
Yeah.
cannot be,
I'm going to be honest. I'm leaning very much so towards Elong taking their set versus Numb in style. But, I mean, Numb's performed consistently well. But let's go ahead and read off the victory condition now that it's correct. Victory condition is obtained when all enemy vehicles are destroyed within the time limit or the base is captured. I winning. What's I winning? I'm kidding.
Why?
Winning a game will receive 1 point. Losing will receive 0 points. Basically, you're not getting anything else. If a draw occurs, both teams will receive 1 point at the end of the best of 5. The team that has obtained 3 points will win the matchup. And, of course, this is basically a point-based, if you will, round robin amongst 8 teams. Everybody plays everybody. The winning the matchup will receive 3 points. In summary, losing the matchup will receive 0 points, and if a draw occurs, both teams will, again, receive 1 point.
Okay, so no more assault mode.
Yeah, no salt mode.
No assault mode yet. Oh, okay, that's nice.
It can be a little cold, but at the same time, I mean, you know, how do I put this? What do you guys feel about the assault mode game if there was a draw? What do you guys think about that? Like in the previous season?
Well, I think it's a good idea to have this assault mode because we can eventually find out who's going to win the game, right?
Yeah,
And no draws.
Yeah, but the rule is different, On this season, we got better. I think the rule is improved.
Oh,
on
really?
This season, so we no longer need that. I think.
I mean, like,
only
I
in
feel
the
like
top 4.
I mean, it's a little bit cold to cut the assault mode game out, but at the same time, I mean, do you guys think it would be, do you think one part of the assault mode game determining who's on defense and who's on offense, do you think that part is just a little bit more luck than skill or no?
I cannot say it's luck if you got damage like 15,000 and another one is 15,100. Yeah, you can say that's a luck, but sometimes a two team make a lot, a quite different damage. It's not luck at all.
I know. I mean, and a lot of, I mean, it's highly conditional. I mean, I'm sure.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe we'll see some statements somewhere else about
Yeah,
it. Someone
but-
else can go deeper into analysis. We're just the commentators, guys. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Charlotte Tiger is a team from Japan, previously known as Team Patrium, and they've got Nias 3 T32 Wenzhou. That's WZU T132.
Yep.
AMX
Okay.
1390 T69, and what else?
It's
That's it?
2T1.
Okay, 2 T1s. Gotcha. I thought there was something hidden at the bottom there.
It's
Yeah.
observer.
Just 2 observers.
Yeah, observers. There's 2 observers.
And PvP Super Friends has 2 AMX 1390s, an AMX 50, and a single T32 for their tier 5.
two
tier
T32.
8s.
Two
2
T32s.
T32s.
Yep.
All right, so that's a lot of armor.
Yeah.
And
But if Japanese team on the north side, the setup is same to the Korean team. I mean the Korean champion.
Arete.
Arete, yeah.
Yeah.
Same setup to the Arete. Maybe they're gonna take the same strategy.
okay, so this is actually, again, one of my favorite maps because of the size. It encourages aggressive play. And adding to that, the time limit that we should have in game should be 7 minutes. In case you guys didn't tune in to day before yesterday's program. So that means we're gonna have very short and mostly action-packed games. Some of them could be one-sided, but I think I don't know what to think about this one. I think PvP Super Friends they've got a pretty good shot because they did go to the season finals, did they not, for season 1? in Korea?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, but they are not doing that good, as a previous season, I think.
Well, this is an interesting choice coming from Little Mac already going to the back of this spawn in that
means
AMX
they're
50.
gonna defend. They won't push. If you want to push, you won't set a tier A in your back. You're gonna push together. But if someone stand there, that means you won't push.
That's absolutely right. And with the high ground advantage that he has right there, or at least the positioning that he has right there, anything that tries to push up that hill is going to get lit very easily. All right, and so far, I mean, Charlotte Tiger takes possession of the center of the map, and PvP Super Friends are like, okay, you can have it. We don't want it. Simple as that. Okay.
Okay, Batman here and Robin on the hill side. Both commander use a T1.
All right. And
Oh.
okay, I'm kind of digging this a little bit. That's a nice initiate coming from Charlotte
almost
Tiger.
done.
Yeah.
Who is the guy?
Ted Amaru is his name.
Mario?
So I wouldn't say he's entirely out of commission, but behind that, Robin did fall as well. So again, that's a little bit more blind that we have PvP Super Friends in at the moment.
Because of they have the super account, so the crew with the 11 or 9 skill is really powerful. So on previous season, maybe while you pass a line one, no one can spot you. But right now, your enemy got 11 skills, so maybe they can see you. That's a different story there.
Right. These aren't just tier 8 tanks, guys. These are tier 8 tanks on steroids, as one could put it. And behind that as well, I mean, at about the same time that Robin fell, Plateau for Team Charlotte Tiger did fall, and again, that just means a little bit less in the way of scouting vision. So there we are. We just had a ping to the B3. I'm sorry, B3 section on the minimap, coming from one side from Charlotte Tiger. So
B3?
There was a ping for B3 on the minimap. I'm looking at Alpha's computer right now.
It's actually H3 and J3, so they might be, thinking of repositioning something over there.
Yeah, or maybe they could be calling their picks for that position as well. Okay. So far, a whole lot of nothing happening. I think both sides would actually be very happy to take a draw on this map.
But the Charlotte Tiger got a better chance to win, so maybe they'll take action. Or they already started.
Looks like they're getting some kind of a push going up the center here. And Antari could be caught way out of position, even with his teammate right behind him. The present position that both of them have is not, I want to say, adequate for dealing with a 3-4 tank push.
Yeah, but you know what? I still recommend the Charlotte Tiger can push from the west part because of is Robin or...
At AMX 1390, Batman's getting lit over at the lighthouse, and now it looks like they're piling in. Iwami's taking a good chunk of damage, but at the same time, Atari is taking even more. He's at 529 HP missing from his full health bar.
Ooh.
And boy, there we go. They're just piling in, but I don't think that was a wise move from Charlotte Tigers. They're kind of exposed just a little bit in this present position. Little Mac not quite able to get the shots out that he needs to from his present angle. He's been spotted as well. Icewater trying to push back CT14, or CTT4 rather.
Here.
But 853, 1159, 1166, 1418. And I think Icewater's going to fall.
Yep.
That isn't a free exchange, though. I mean, we do see our Japanese team losing tanks left and right.
Yeah, but I think not even. So Japanese still get more, I guess.
They're ahead. They are ahead. But I mean, even so, if we see PvP Super Friends play their cards right, I think they can turn this around very quickly.
And the M50 is on the reloading, so he cannot shoot anything here. He's gonna die.
Man.
He's gonna die here.
Maybe. He's got to get away. He's got to get to safety.
Oh
man.
Okay. It's only M13 right now.
Right. So, it's up the Hydra Rex, and he's been spotted. He's done reloading. He's done reloading.
Oh man. Maybe he's gonna reload soon. Oh, it's reload.
This isn't good.
It's changed.
Nice. I think he's kind of shut out of this game. He just fired 4 shots. That was number 5. No, number 5 just hit him. Excuse me, his opponent. Yeah.
Because of the crew right now is different. So I think when they play like a run and shoot style, you got more accuracy. And when trying to pass somewhere, you have to remind that your enemy got better vision right now because of on the skill way you gonna have reckon you gonna add 2% view range, and situational awareness gonna add you 3% vision. So who's the team?
I know what you're talking about. Jeez, that was.
I forgot it.
Was it Aces? Was it NVIDIA Aces versus Elong or no?
No.
Okay.
Their team is not that strong. I forgot the team name or whatever.
Me too.
Yeah, but today the Japanese team set up a heavy tank on the F7, so any enemy pass through the light B, they cannot see them. And then they can use the M50 on this part to snipe them first. But previous game, another team, they just send the M50 this part, and he cannot know who is coming. So when enemy rush in, he die first and then lose the whole game.
All right, well, let's see if that will be the case. That is the meta right now, or at least that's the thinking that things could peel out to be.
Mm-hmm. And PvP won't push because of theirs is still a heavy tank on A2. If a Japanese team, they cannot defend, they don't push in. I think PvP will got very big trouble here.
I don't know. I kind of like the positioning thus far from PvP Super Friends. I mean, if we see Charlotte Tiger try to move into a position where they can get hits, if you will, then we see long story short, if Charlotte Tiger loses their patience and decides to push out there, then they're in some trouble.
Yeah, but they won't push out.
Exactly. They got that 2-point lead.
Yeah, they got 2-point lead.
Right. And we're not talking about NVIDIA Aces here. We're talking about Charlotte Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it looks like...
Okay, PvP push. Nice.
And they know they've got to make a move. 4 versus 5, we've seen, miracles happen before, and it looks like they're going to try and go for that capture. This is going to force the hand of the entire Charlotte Tiger team. Thus far, the positioning for PvP Super Friends is just a little bit better. They're going to get a nice engagement, at least here on Iwami. Yeah. And it looks like his teammate is trying to get next to him as soon as possible. Meanwhile, we've got one heavy way at the north end of the map. He knows that Charlotte Tiger's trying to go for that capture. And look at this. This is actually Charlotte Tiger getting lit first. They actually took first blood in this game. And Nuto is the next victim of war, the next casualty, if you will. Mubesi is very low HP. Ice Water looks like he's slated to fall just before him. He does, but Nubesi does go down in exchange. Tedamaru now in a lot of trouble. Little Mac pulling back, realizing he just cannot fight here.
Wow, nice.
He's got to reload as well, I think is the real condition of all this. Oh my god, and Tedamaru gets the kill. It looks like PvP Super Friends pulled out a miracle engagement, but at the same time, it's now turning into
they only have 1 minute and 45 seconds.
What on earth is happening here with Antari? There we go, he's figured it out.
Because he cannot kill the T1 because he used 6 rounds to shoot south side to cover fire.
He's in the AMX-50.
Yeah, so he cannot reset the T1. He just traps him.
Oh my god, he's in the circle and he can't do anything about that.
Yeah,
did he just waste a shot?
Yeah, we only have 80 seconds right now. So PvP got to kill 2 heavy tanks on 80 seconds. If the Japanese team run to the east part, they can.
Little Max catching up finally.
Wow, he shoot him.
Yeah, he did a little bit of damage too.
Oh my god.
Took 13 HP off. He got out of the circle. He got out of the circle.
Okay, whatever.
But now you should realize that there's no time remaining to go for that capture.
Mm-hmm.
But Charlotte Tiger realizes, hey, if we can just get a draw, we win. It looks like they're going to try and close out the game, though. And eliminate that chance for a comeback. Right nice hit onto Antari. Nice follow-up shot as well. 765 HP taken off this one. 1,053. And this is something that essentially PvP Super Friends cannot settle for. Little Mac is firing away. He might get a kill on the multi. Third shot bounce. 5th shot will execute his opponent. If both sides are stuck reloading, then we actually see...
After reload, the game is over. So even he can escape. Japanese team just stand there and waiting.
All right, so this looks like a win that Charlotte Tiger is going to get, even without that last kill. I'm wondering if...
he don't have a chance.
Well, he didn't... Yeah, okay. Didn't want to take any chances. All right, so that's got to be one of the closer games we've ever seen here.
Yeah, it's quite close,
I mean, even if Charlotte Tiger had taken the game by a draw, they still would have won the set. And I mean, this is one of those games where 500 damage made the difference, I think.
Yeah, I think.
You know.
But I think most critical part is that is Antara on the north.
Antare?
Antar,
Antare?
I forgot.
That's what I call it.
Or ice water, you know. They shouldn't set up the M50 there because of you're trying to rush in and you know your enemy on the south side. They kept there. You just use 4 tank, you know.
At the same time, they put up one hell of a fight. I mean,
Yeah.
the one thing, that's what you're saying right now. If they had had their 5th and final AMX 50 with them, then they would have won that fight. Do you think they would have? The question is, could they reset the capture? All the tanks that they had were heavies. Very slow moving.
Yeah, yeah. And I think if you want to push, you know, you should use your own firepower there. You know, don't set up M50 and trying to cover the north side. You know, if your enemy know you are in north, they're gonna stand behind the train. You know, you won't shoot them. They just move and you cannot shoot them. So the problem is that I think that you know your enemy already got 2 points. They want to draw. If they want to draw, you only use a 4 tank to trying to break a camping enemy. It's really hard, I think. Except maybe Immortal can do that, but I don't think PvP got that good skill on the close battle, I think. Yeah.
All right, well, I think that's going to wrap things up for our first set. We actually see Team Praetorium, now renamed to Charlotte Tiger, take the set 3-1.
Yep.
And now we're going to dive into our next set between Elong and No. Don't go away, guys. All right, guys. So we are just about to dive into our set versus Elong, or excuse me, Elong versus Num, and I just want to go ahead and state that. I mean, I really think I really think Elong is going to take this set 3-0.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to
I thought so. The Num,
mean-
Num is okay.
All right, guys, here we are back with game number 2 on my favorite map, Cliff. All right, so Elong has an AMX 50, 1390s, 3 of them, a T69, so we know what their tier 8 lineup is. We got a Pershing, 2 T69s, and 2 AMX 1390s coming from Num.
And Elong, they love to use the M50 on anime.
Yeah, that's right. That was
Just having one in.
Even Pognovka, Mines, Cliff, you know.
I think they're artists with those things, you know. You know, they got a Picasso on their team, and his paintbrush is the AMX 50.
Yeah, but I think the strategy is use M30 to attract your attention. You know, after M13 rush out, and you're gonna focus fire on the M13, and on this moment, M50 gonna come in and shoot you. You know.
All right, so let's see how this pans out. Maybe maybe we won't see a standard rush, but it looks like for a minute we had Elong's Nightmare getting annoyed just a little bit by his teammate in the M1, T1 Cunningham.
Yeah, but they use the same strategy to Immortal again. They're gonna capture the west ground first, high ground first.
And it looks like they're gonna beat their opponents to it. Num heading out to the center of the map. I don't know if they're adequately prepared for this. They've got 2 AMX 1390s heading out in that direction. One of them's just about to get lit up. I don't know if there's any saving that guy. Oh, man. Okay, so there he is. He's been revealed. Takes 224 damage. That would be Joke, who's really hurt. 452 now. All right, so it wasn't for free. As you can see, ABC took, a good chunk of damage there as well, but it was only 1 hit. And I want to highlight that there are a couple of there's a couple of T69s on Team Elong right now. They actually have, the ability to counterplay AMX 1390s. That is if I'm reading this strategy correctly. I'm sorry, wait. No, we have a single T69 coming from Num right now, right?
No,
it's 2 T69s from Num.
Yep.
1 from Elon. There we go. Vindy was just taken down, but I mean, that's a T1 Cunningham.
Yeah, they use the same strategy again. They use M13 to kill T1, and they're gonna send it to T1 to enemy space. And then on this time, I don't think that Elon gonna make a mistake again. Last time, they didn't guard the line F, so the NVIDIA, they reset the capture, but this time I don't think they will do this.
It's just like, well, I mean, it's just like what I said yesterday. These guys don't think A, game begin, then Z, victory. They think A to B to C to D to E, all the way to victory.
Yep.
And I mean, these guys, they just took down 1 Cunningham from Num, and if they can get the other one out, it would be perfect. They could go for a sneaky capture right now. Are they or are they not gonna get that though? Looks like, yeah. Well, actually, Pseudo Giant from Num is actually heading out to try and turn Elong around just a little bit. If he can at least initiate that.
Oh, this one. The horse gonna be a dead horse.
Oh man! Wow, bounce actually
bounce.
works in his favor.
It's 2 bounce.
One bounce.
Oh,
one bounce.
Oh,
the other
okay,
one penetrated,
okay,
so 256 damage.
Okay.
He's just trying to get some idea of where they are, and I think, oh, there it is. They're all dogpiling, and Elong is now extending into this death trap that has been set up by Num. It looks like Shaco's the first one to go down. ABC is next on the hit list, and somebody sound the alarm, clear the streets. The steamroller's on its way, and its name is Team Num. They are breaking through this like it is nothing. They have a lot of low HP tanks, and Ming is the first one on their team from the tier 8 list to fall.
And right now, the Elon is start to capture. They have 30 seconds to win. So if Elon can stand there for 30 seconds, I don't think so. No.
Yeah, they're setting a MX 1390 to save the base.
Yeah, but you know, something's gonna turn back. I think. Wow.
Man.
Oh my God.
Horse is looking like he's going to try and come in and prevent that capture from Elon. Star stepped out of the circle, which kind of discontributed to that capture just a little bit. 2 T1 Cunninghams versus a single AMX 1390.
Whoa, see the fire?
What
I told
is
you
that?
before. Yeah, it's Emmerich, but the T1 won't, you know, the torrent won't fly to the air. They're gonna be a big fire.
All right, that makes sense. That makes sense. It was just like, it was like fireworks. I'm like, what? I didn't get it at first, but it made sense because it was like, was that something that came with the 9.2 patch? Because I've never seen it before.
Yeah, that's first time, I think.
9.2 patch?
Maybe, you know, yeah.
All right, so let's look and see what Num did there to counterplay their Chinese adversaries.
Yeah, I think that Elon should, you know, doing like you say, not A, B, C, D, E. You know, they should send the T1 capture first. Then your enemy won't stand there, you know, because they stand there and waiting for you. They know you got a fight tank there. Okay, we just stand there, waiting for you guys.
It could be on Cliffs. Once we examine the size real quick there, I mean, it's not as simple as say, okay, let's send 1 or 2 T1 Cunninghams to capture, and if there is by some means an AMX 1390 in that position, you know, we all rush in because then it's 5 versus 4. It's not quite that simple because Cliffs, from your spawn point to the middle of the map, it's actually not that long of a distance to travel.
It's not a big map, you know.
Yeah.
So if we lay capture first and know where is it, maybe they're gonna send the M13, you know, going back. So they have a chance to use a fight tank to rush out. That's much better. But on that case, you know, they didn't do that. Maybe they think, oh, we're gonna win this one, you know, like easy game, you know. So they just rush out and all die there.
Yeah, maybe you know. So you think Elon was underestimating Num?
Yep, I think so.
Okay,
you know.
okay.
Okay, so they got punishment.
Let's see if that happens in game number 3, guys. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 3. We are tied up 1-1 between Elong and Team Num. And I must say, I for one am certainly looking forward to the rest of this set. Elong has put up a fierce fight in week 1 of the Wargaming.net League Asia. And I think they're here to give us no less than a fierce fight in week number 2. Let's check the loadout right now. 3 AMX 50s, 1 IS-3, 1 T1 from Elong. Excuse me, one IS-3 and one 110, Chinese 110.
Yeah.
And conversely, coming from
Vietnam, they said
2 IS-3s
yeah.
and 3 AMX 50.
yeah, pretty standard.
All right. So the main difference between the IS-3 and the 110 is that the 110 doesn't have a refrigerator full of vodka in front of the tank. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right, there we go. They are off. Elong is spawning to the north and Num spawning to the south. Both sides have to play this out very carefully. If we were to see Elong take a tie here, if this best of 3 was to, excuse me, this best of 5, if it was to end in a draw, then that would still put Elong at the.
No. If draw here, only 2-2. They still.
Oh, I mean, in this best of 5, if it was a draw, theoretically,
yeah.
if it ended in 3-3, then
Okay.
Elong would still have a score lead. But at the same time, this tournament system encourages players not to go for a draw, but rather instead to go for as many points as they possibly can.
Yep.
So it's a
Wow.
little.
Can I exchange the best?
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Okay, they know that.
Well, here we go.
Both
Elong
sides
start.
didn't see each other, I think.
Right. Star is just basically working his way up the 5-6-ish area. While we got 3 tanks, it looks like, piled on his eastern side, if you will.
Yep.
And I think this is... He's dancing with fire, essentially, right now. Is there an auto scout? Does he know that they are on his other side?
No.
Oh,
or
man.
else he won't point on the other side.
Yeah.
That's a little bit scary. It really is. It reminds me of the saying, the closer you are to danger, the farther you are from harm. You know? It's the last place you would ever expect to look for your enemy, if that makes sense.
So now I'm pretty. Oh, he'll only use the P1.
And 5 minutes remaining on the clock.
Oh, you don't go to the south already. Reached there.
I don't know about this. Like, ABC was taken down. That's a T1 Cunningham. That's a more vital part of Elong. We've already seen that if they have 2 T1 Cunninghams alive.
Okay. Someone spot the star.
Yeah.
You know, because he pressed the help. You know, that means he was spotted.
I think spotted by Prince Num.
The T1.
Yeah.
Pseudo Num, you mean? Oh wait, I'm sorry.
Prince Num.
Yeah, you're right. My bad. Conversely, Pseudo Num here is actually very low in HP. I think if anyone even sneezes on that tank, he's gonna die. But it's better to be alive and barely ticking than it is to be dead, like ABC for the time being. So if we stop and examine the situation right now, I think Elong's backup plan, their plan B, in one of their many plans, may not work out so effectively because they'll only have that 1 T1 Cunningham. And on this map, using heavy tanks to get across the map really doesn't take too much time, does it?
Yeah.
I mean, to get from north to south completely, right?
Yeah, 1 minute, I think. Less than 1 minute.
All right, so that means basically, assuming if a tank fight lasts less than 40 seconds, then a T1, excuse me, not a T1, but rather an AMX 50 or an IS-3 can get across the map in a reasonable amount of time to save home base. Okay. Let's see here. This is a game that, you know, everyone can smell the ozone in the air right now. Because neither side wants to make a mistake, but at the same time, both sides want to take the point. They want that victory, and it looks like Prince here might just get the spot onto Star. Will he?
No.
Maybe not. 200 meters. Didn't quite fully reveal himself.
Yeah, 200 too far away. 150 might be. I think.
And I think this is a game where both sides are at each other's throats, but it looks like, oh boy, Reflection's gonna give his teammates the vision that they need, I think, at this position. Do you think so?
He will do the flanking because he is 50, you know.
Right.
Yeah, but he cannot figure out where is the enemy, so he won't push it.
Elong right now is looking a lot like PvP Super Friends in the previous set on this map. If you remember that, they have one heavy tank back to the north side.
Yep. But the north side is starting to move, so.
All right. Well, let's see how this pans
They've
out.
got great chance, I think. The position is good, you know. If they trying to kill the M50.
They have to coordinate fire perfectly, and then they should be all right.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, Shaco versus Pseudo, and it looks like Shaco is going to prevail there. So that puts us at an even 6 versus 6. Tier 8 fight, I feel, is still just about anybody's game, even though Furbex took a shot.
Okay, here they come.
Okay. Wow.
Boom,
Ooh,
boom.
Whoa.
There we
Hits
go. Unloading onto Ming. 362 damage altogether.
Wow. It's bounced.
Another 329. It looks like Reflection is getting absolutely mauled right here.
Yeah.
But at the same time, his aggressor is being shot in the rear. Ajax
But Ajax gonna come too, right?
maybe.
Yeah.
Nightmare down, losing
Oh.
624 HP and surrounded. Numb is doing good with these counterplays.
Yeah.
But the question is this going to be enough
Yeah,
for
but
Numb to
probably
pull
it's
out the win?
reloading. I think he's reloading.
Oh,
no, he's not reloading. Wow.
Furbex is taken down, and now
Yeah.
it is 3 tier 8s versus 3 tier 8s. And both of them, both sides are relatively even in the way of HP. But the question is, are we going to see the T1 Cunninghams hide and try to go for a draw? It looks like yes, we have Prince going for the draw condition in the lower right-hand corner of the map. He's just hiding there in this T1 Cunningham.
Yeah.
And it looks like Elong is not trying to do the same thing. They're trying to get a capture going, but in the background, we just saw Horse fall. So this is...
It might. I think it's a draw. You know.
Yeah.
The star is M50, right?
If Prince...
Oh, it's times 110.
Times 110, yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
okay.
man. Prince in the lower right-hand corner is going to be able to get the draw. 30 seconds to go on this game.
The jumper is reload.
Yeah. And on top of that, it's going to be star and 1. Yeah, if we see... I think this is a game... No, hold on.
Yeah. They still
Where's
got a
this going?
chance, I think.
Ajax, Elong, GRP!
Last one.
GRP versus...
Oh! Nice! Wow, that's nice.
That
That's
was
nice.
pretty good. Now the question is, can we see Ajax get the kill on that T1 Cunningham? Right now, Elong struggling to get that draw going. But do they realize there's no time left for a capture? Oh my god, he missed the shot! He missed the shot! He missed! So it's a draw. The score is now 2-2 for both sides.
Wow.
Wow.
They almost win. They
Yeah.
almost win.
I know. They were just that one shot away. If we see Numb lose this entire set, they're going to be kicking themselves later. They're all going to look at who was the final IS3. Let's go to the post-game score real quick.
Yeah, sure. The final is 3.
Ajax.
Ajax. Okay.
Is their
Not to put
captain.
this guy on the spot. This guy, he did what he had to do. He won. He got the final shot to connect. But I mean, like, not to put this guy on the spot. I feel like
He's a commander.
Yeah, he's the
he's the
commander.
commander. Okay. All right. So his entire team, let's just hope he win. Let's just hope that Numb wins game number 3. Otherwise,
But you know,
I'll refrain from
I
commenting
think
further.
Elon make a mistake. You know, unless moment, you know, he cannot win that one. It's not. Maybe it cannot win. Maybe it best in the best situation. It might be a draw, but they still use a T1 Russian. You know, there is I3. You cannot penetrate because of all M50 all die. You know.
Right.
So if even you have a T1, you can kill another T1. You know, you can try to find another way, but not get into the war zone on the tier 8. If you lose this one and your T1 die, everything's over. But they should use a T1 to seek another T1, not stand there. You know, it's too risky. You know.
Well, I mean, for right now, I think like this game. That I want to say that the ending is actually what made it climactic. That's what made it entertaining for everyone back at home to watch. But I feel as though adding to that, like, if it wasn't for that missed shot, even if it was a hit shot, it still would have been exciting to watch. But now we are going to have a 2-2, and the next game is going to determine who wins, whether there's a win or whether there's a draw.
Yeah.
And I mean, both sides have played this, I would say this is the same exact scenario hundreds of times, but at least quite a few dozen times.
Yep. And I think I have to mention that again. The Yidong, they are not doing that great compared in a city map compared to open wide map. You know.
You're right. You're absolutely right. On this map, they actually took a draw last week. So let's see how game number 4 pans out after this short break. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the final game of the set. It's either going to be win, lose, or draw for one or both sides. And this is going to be on Prokhorovka. This is actually one of the maps that Elong is probably, I guess you could say, under Edison's assessment, would probably perform better on.
Yeah, like 5 M50, M13. So,
MX-13.
okay, we're going to see that. This is the first time we see the 5 M13. They need more skill on the coordination and the focus wire, so they're gonna show up that.
All right. So
it's a slowly rush.
Did we already mention the tank composition?
Yep.
We did. Oh man. So listening to it, I need to get more sleep. Okay, listening to it and then actually seeing it. Wait a minute.
Wait,
Huh?
they're changing it right now?
They're changing their tank loadout. Okay.
Okay. Might be 2.
It's not going to be 5 Amex 1390s. Is it going to be? It is.
Okay.
What? What on earth? Are we getting trolled right now? Maybe the VPN isn't working for them right. No?
I don't know.
Or maybe they're changing their modules?
Maybe. Now, what we have seen previously is that typically the teams with the heavier armor compositions tend to win out these kinds of fights, and it's going to be a whole five AMX 1390s.
Yeah. Yeah, they need more skill on this one.
All right.
Yeah,
so
the light tank, especially on the M13, the player need quite good skill to control the tank. It's not that easy to play. I mean the M13.
All right. Well, who do you think is slated to win this one?
I still prefer the Elong.
You still prefer the Elong team?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what they got in mind with this game. But, I mean, initially they're not going to be able to do too much, and so too, that will be the situation with many tanks on the team for Num as well, if I'm not mistaken, because, well, AMX 1390s all have the same reload time. At that stage, basically, the one thing that makes the biggest difference would be, of course, crew skills. Crews with, of course, more experience will be able to reload faster. And I think that's just one of the many factors that plays into it very, very importantly. But it looks like Num is actually heading off to the east portion of the map, while Elong is actually forcing their way across the south end of the map. They're actually going to see plainly that they're rushing into almost nothing. But they've got one worm on the hook, and that is Vindy. Look at that. The south. All right, so Elong's playing this out really carefully.
And I don't think Vendy in there would work. Okay. Oh, okay. Cross there is right.
Can you see now? He might be able to see that. Of course, we've got Prince and the T1 Cunningham as well in that bush. All right, it looks like maybe we're coming up on first sight pretty soon there. The Pershing, and I feel the Pershing as well as the, what is it for Team Num? We've got the Pershing and the T69.
And M13.
Well, I mean, those two tanks, the Pershing and the T69, are going to be very critical here, if I'm not mistaken. And Elong, some members of Elong are actually rushing up that hill, but Num is just all piled up on that.
Wow.
They're going to have to turn around very soon.
Yep.
Regardless, they do get the first shot out. Ajax is hit. He's lit. It looks like he could be in a lot of trouble, but I mean, there's so many more members of GRB that are taking damage. Ajax is the first to fall. GRB is going to fall next, and that's a 2-for-1. We see Num coming out on top here. Nightmare now scrambling for his life, struggling to get away. And
he got around fast.
Yeah.
Wow.
Joke is chasing after him very quickly. All right, not far behind.
Joke is on the reload, I think.
Maybe. If not, he's waiting for his tank to go more stable so he can get a confirmed hit.
Num got a chance to win, but, there is 2 T1 in the capture circle.
Ooh, missed shot almost hits Joke. And it looks like, wait a minute, was the capture just reset for just a second, or did I look at that the wrong way?
Maybe
T1?
Reset, I think.
Yeah, there's a T1 fight.
Yeah, it's a T1
fight. Star got a hit, or Star got hit, now he's out of the game, and so too is his teammate Reflection. Okay, so now it's 2 against the world, and despite our initial expectations, it looks like Num is slated to take this game.
Yeah, but Elong is they live there, that's right. They have to live,
Yeah, I mean, like, if we examine the situation right now, there's one really super low HP AMX 1390 for Num, and another one that's not too much further ahead. Furbex is at full HP, and then we've got a full HP AMX 1390 and I guess you could say run-of-the-mill HP 1390 for Shaco. So I want to say that if we see them playing their picks absolutely superb, they could perhaps infinitely outrun their enemy team and then take things into a draw. Do you think that would be possible if they could just take down Joke, Num, and Furbex? It's not going to be, they can't just do it without taking a scratch, obviously. But if they could, if they could just take down those 3 AMX 1390s.
Yeah, but
do you think
it's
they
really
could?
Hard, I won't say that it's impossible, but it's too hard for them. Even they are pro,
I mean, right now they're going into guerrilla warfare right now. That's what we can see at the moment.
Yeah, but I think they should keep chase them. They shouldn't leave them that far away.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah, it's just checking.
All right, now it looks like they're getting totally surrounded. I think there's a part of Team Num that knows just what is coming from their Chinese adversaries. They're trying to stay alive. They don't want to shoot anything because they don't want to reveal their position. They're hiding in bushes. That was a nice hit. Now they have to actually, they have to play this guerrilla warfare out very well. And Black has to try and get that hit onto Horse.
Oh, is Shaco spotted? Oh, okay, Shaco is spotted.
Man.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I think.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble. Once he falls,
Wow.
that could be the nail in the coffin right now, as Black is more or less surrounded. He's cut off. There's no getting out of his position safely. So he's going to try and go down gunning, I think. If he can get that hit onto Horse, that would be epic. Now all three.
No, yeah. The 3 tank is threatening. If he can alive, that's 2.
Furbex is firing, but he didn't quite hit anything just now onto Black. It looks like Ming, the Pershing, is actually...
Okay, finally.
I don't know if he's at a spot where he can hit him or not, but it looks like Furbex is not going to just let this opportunity slip from his fingers, and now he's basically herding this guy into the center of all 3 tanks. I don't think there's any getting away from Black. He and his teammate tried to put up the best guerrilla warfare they could.
Wow.
Just didn't work out. All right, so Num takes the set, 3-2.
Yeah.
That was... Would you guys say that was an upset?
Not really, but I feel that's nice,
Yeah.
But Nam doing really nice because of while they use a 2M13, go to the south side and the T1 see them, right? And someone uphill from the S part, they know someone in the S part, and then the commander make a decision really fast. And they know, okay, enemy on the north side, so we should rush them. But on the meantime, I think the Elon do a really wrong decision. They just rush in. They use a 3 light tank to rush 5 tanks on there.
Well,
yeah, you got 2 sniper. Yep, on the 400-meter far away. You cannot over that accuracy shooting.
I'll agree with that statement, to be honest, because again, just looking at it from a layman's perspective, they were kind of doing what that 3v3, that QIC game between, was it Horseman and B Gaming Viwako? B Gaming Viwako?
Little tanker.
Little tankers.
Yeah.
I remember, I think it was Viwako, because I'm actually not talking about the grand finals. I'm talking about QIC when they faced off against B Gaming Viwako. And then Viwako was hiding in that one spot on Ruinberg the entire game. And Horseman found them by scouting everywhere else out on the map. So I guess you could say we could sort of fault Elong just a little bit. But at the same time, they were trying to coordinate the positions to where they could shoot both from the center of the map and as they were rushing in from the hillside. So maybe it's one tactic over another, and there's, well, how do I say this? There's more than one way to skin a cat, and the way they did it just didn't cut it. Maybe.
Yeah. But whatever, I think the commander of Nam, he do really right decision on the last moment. It's quite good. And maybe they are doing not that good because of lack of experience, but I think they're gonna doing better if they can win the Elong on this time. They will gain more confidence later. I think.
Definitely. I mean, they did. They took the set 3-2. They win 3 points. Congratulations to Num. I mean, this was actually, I think, the one best of 5 that had the most hype behind it tonight. To be honest, I said from the start, it would be the most interesting best of 5 for the evening if we were to see Num win, because they, these guys, they took down AC's Gaming. There's no other way to say it.
Yeah.
Immortals. Who else could say they've done that? All right. Anything else to throw out there, guys?
Yeah.
Anything else? That's it. Okay. Well, guys, we'll be back after this short break with Team Efficiency playing against NVIDIA Aces.
Yep.
Hi guys, welcome back. We're about to dive straight into team efficiency versus NVIDIA Aces. What are your predictions for this set, Edison?
I
Alpha.
cannot say that.
You can't say?
Yeah, I cannot.
You can't say, so it can go either way.
Yeah, they are top team. If the team efficiency use the counter strategy, they might win. But this is the first week. They don't know how the NVIDIA. I also want to say that Immortal.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it's not used. It's how do I say this? It's not exactly normal to be calling them the NVIDIA Aces anymore. I mean, like we're so stuck on the title Immortals. Why don't they just call themselves the NVIDIA Immortals? Is the name too long to put in game? Maybe.
Yeah, might be.
Maybe.
Okay.
Possibly.
Okay.
Okay, so what map is the first game going to be on? Rather, excuse me.
Himmelsdorf.
No. It's no.
Himmelsdorf.
No?
It looks like that's actually
Yeah,
the.
that's right. It's Himmelsdorf.
That's actually the map that we can see everyone playing out on.
Yeah,
So like,
Yeah, it's Himmelsdorf.
would you say that city maps would actually be the weaker? Like, who do you think has stronger performance on?
Yeah,
Himmelsdorf?
absolutely Immortal. Even they don't have a strategy, they still can win this one.
Okay. All right, so we're leaning towards Immortals already.
Yeah, but they still have to careful about the T1. They normally lose on this map because of base is captured.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's all kinds of scenarios that can work against them, but I mean, like that's why they have their own T1 Cunninghams, right? So,
Yeah,
I guess we can just see what they have in mind for this first game in a best of 5. All right, so that's for an AMX50 and another AMX50, conversely from the other team. I don't know. I almost forget, actually, what is considered normal tank composition on this map. Three AMX50s and a 2
three
IS3s?
M50 with the 2 I3, but recently people love to start to use the KV5.
Oh yeah. We saw that tonight,
Yeah.
definitely. Because
Yeah,
AMX,
because of-
the KV5 does counterplay the AMX50 as you showed us earlier.
Yeah.
And what on earth is taking us so long to get those tanks loaded into the game lobby? Is that's a question that's almost beyond me. But already, T32 and AMX50 coming down for NVIDIA's Aces.
Yeah. They start to use a T32 on city map, but it's quite weird. I have to say that. Normally anything T32 can do, the I3 also can do that. But I know the T32 got better gun depression, so maybe they stand on the higher ground. I mean, like a center square layer, there is a couple places got a higher ground, and they can up a high ground to shoot the enemy. But it's only advantage there. After you live there, you got nothing compared to I3 or Chinese 110.
All right.
But whatever, they are Immortal. They know how to do the city map.
Again, just waiting. It looks like all day long to see where or what moreover is taking our two teams so long. But it looks like there's an IS3 finally. Now, stopping to think just for a minute, what kind of strategies we could see employed on this map. I mean, the tank selection isn't finalized yet. I'm sure the admins are the team commanders are handing off the tank selection to their admins and telling them right now, this is what we want, this is how we're going to play.
Look like NVIDIA team is sure the people, I think.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they have to pick one, but I don't know who did the test.
All right.
If they didn't do a test, they cannot up here.
Well, there's an AMX 1390 coming out from Unreal Rogue. And there we go.
Okay.
Another T32? Okay, and
No.
two AMX 50s, it's going to be for team efficiency. Juice and Mega Joel taking their picks as they want.
Yeah, but I think they're gonna choose 3 M50 with 2 I3.
3 AMX 50s with 2 IS3s. I think really that's that's a valid selection, to be perfectly honest. I think the real issue, or not really issue, but rather the real hazard with just going full-blown heavy tank would be the fact that if you've got 2 T1 Cunninghams going for the capture and you're on the opposite end of the map, you're essentially doomed. I don't know if you can get back in time in an AMX 50 or an IS3 to actually, save your base from being captured by the enemy team.
Yep. Normally we use the M50 go back to base. Yeah, because of speed, And the IS3 take like one shot 11 seconds. So if you miss one, maybe you're gonna lose that. But if you got an autoloader, you miss one, you can take an hour really fast.
Okay, so 2 IS3s, 2 AMX 50s thus far. It looks like you got another. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, we have another AMX 50 loaded into the game now here for team efficiency, and I really feel like this could be one of those games that actually goes straight into a draw. But I mean, as we've seen before previously, it's not normal for NVIDIA aces to try and push things into a draw. We always expect them to rush. We always expect them to give us a chaotic game to watch and something that's aesthetically pleasing for the human eye to witness.
Yep.
Okay, so okay. Now tanks is coming up for NVIDIA. 2 MX50, 100, 2 T1s, 1 Chinese 110, 1 IS3, and another MX50.
Okay.
All right, so 3 AMX 50s, 1 Chinese 110, and the IS3.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, and no T32.
Okay, so it looks like, NVIDIA aces, they don't really like vodka so much. Probably like Baijiu just a little bit more.
Yeah, but Chinese 110 is good.
Yeah.
If we got a chance to keep firing, the DPM will bring you the winning, I think. Because of the I3 is not that good for rush sometimes because of the DPM is quite low. And if you shoot once, you have to wait for 11 seconds. On this many time, maybe your enemy gonna kill you first. So if you can keep firing very fast on a short time, sometimes you'll win a close match. So if you love to rush, Chinese 110 is better than I3. But I3 is really good for defense.
Spawning on the north side right now, it's Team Efficiency already rushing the northeast end of the map. And spawning to the south, it would be the NVIDIA Aces heading also towards mostly the northeast portion of the map for now.
They're gonna up you.
Both sides?
No.
Well, we can see that Team Efficiency is going up, but
the NVIDIA gonna uphill for checkhead, and
just
not
revision.
really all uphill compared to the Team Efficiency.
Right, and then after that, they're more than likely just going to fall back and hope no one actually, hope none of the enemy team follows, and if they do, basically retake their positioning in, basically ambush, ready to engage the enemy team, if that makes sense. Okay. Comex reaches the top of the hill first, and that's, a considerable gain for Team Efficiency, especially if you can knock down 91st in that T1 Cunningham just on the other side of the hill. All right, there we go.
Yeah, but they still have 2 heavy tank for cover there. So
right.
Yep.
And I think, does Comics see 91st right now?
Yeah, probably.
Did he spot him?
Yeah, probably. So
50
that's why
more.
the 91st pull back. If no one spot him, I don't think he gonna pull back.
Right. And that's kind of an aggressive scout coming from Comics, because he's thinking, all right, well, if he didn't have any cover from his teammates, he wouldn't have rushed me like he just did.
Yep.
And right now the question is, how many tanks are on the other side of that hill? And I think this is where we're going to see Juice basically do a little bit of poking. Right now, to the best of their knowledge, there's only a single IS-3 at the top of the hill, if I looked at that correctly, or is that an AMX? An AMX-50? And what's Juice piloting? An AMX-50, my bad, jeez. Alright, meanwhile, Poseidon passing by Hatsune Miku. And
yeah, it's dangerous.
Yeah, just a little bit.
No, I shot him.
But for the time being, I mean, what's really the bigger story here is that NVIDIA Ace's heavy tank way back to the south is now kind of repositioning itself a little bit towards the north. All right, so based on the vision that they have thus far, it looks like we've got Team Efficiency repositioning themselves back into their own spawn.
Yeah, and NVIDIA got a really nice position right now. You know, if they stand there, the Team Efficiency will be very hard to defend their back.
I have no reason to disagree with you, Edison. None whatsoever. But meanwhile, there is one guy who's staying on top of the hill, actually trying to basically, I guess you could say, give vision to the rest of his team. I forget who it is, but oh no, is he going around for a flank? He's going around for a flank, and he's got a T1 Cunningham leading the way.
Maybe he trying to clear the T1 first, and use another T1. Yeah, use a commit gonna to go capture. You know, maybe,
right?
Yeah, he have to stick the T1 first.
Okay, so this is actually, I kind of like this move just a little bit, but it really does put Team Efficiency, or not Team Efficiency, yeah, Team Efficiency in a little bit of danger at the moment, because if they lose comics at this stage, you know, the damage output is, it's going to be considerably lower, as well as the, I guess you could say, the ability to absorb damage for teammates that are low HP or taking a ton of damage all at once. So if we see that this just doesn't pan out for Team Efficiency, they're in a lot of trouble.
Hatsune Miku dead, right?
Yeah.
Okay, should by T1.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so this is also where we see Team Efficiency being forced to play by NVIDIA's terms. They say, hey man, we want you to fight us right now.
Come Sky! Wow, too bad.
Man.
You know, too bad.
Yeah. But now it's Juice versus 91st, and 91st loses that fight.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to actually try and go for the capture. It looks like not. He's doubling back right now, trying to get a flank on to the enemy team, but it's going to be a while before he catches up. Meanwhile, Dexta charges straight in, and he has eliminated almost immediately. Poseidon was squished right there. Tanaka, 639 HP, taking a little bit of damage from his right. 1321 taken out already.
Wow.
Out of the game, Tanaka is, and it looks like Elite will get maybe just a little bit of vengeance, but, ooh, nice. Okay, takes down one tank before he's thoroughly eliminated. Now it's up to Juice to try and pull off a miracle tie. I don't think it's likely to happen. What's he going to do, though? That's the real question.
That's impossible because of his reloading.
And an AMX-50.
Not immortal, the NVIDIA only takes 33 seconds to finish the capture. And he needs 46 seconds to reload it.
Okay. Well, it's you know, so you're stuck between you really are stuck between a rock and a hard place if you are Juice today.
Yep.
Poor guy. All right, base is captured. Game number 1 goes straight to NVIDIA Aces.
Yeah, I think the Immortal really know how to deal with the people camping on some grade. You know, they know how to deal with that. So if you want to camp and you already separate your force, you know, you cannot stick together. Whatever. I say even you stick together, it's really hard to counter the Immortal. You know. So,
it is.
Yeah. If trying to fight in the Immortal in the city map, maybe you got to more activate. You know, or set a trap or something. No, don't stay like that.
If you don't mind me asking, why exactly did Juice stay back there with that one T1?
Originally, I think he want to
capture.
Yeah, he want to kill the T1. No,
and then capture.
To go capture, and the other 4 just drag the time. You know, they have like 50 seconds, and maybe they can win that. But overall, the comets die first, so they cannot finish the play. If you only have one tank to capture for 100 seconds.
It's a lot less likely to happen.
You're trying to fight, use a 4 tank to fight the 5 Immortals. You know, you won't win that. Yeah.
All right. I mean, it sounds like solid rules of tanks as strong, or excuse me, solid laws of tanks just as strong as the solid law of gravity, right? Okay. So I wouldn't say necessarily. I think in some ways, yeah, you could say that we simply saw team efficiency was outplayed by their Vietnamese counterparts. So let's see how game number 2 pans out after this short break. Alright guys, game number 2 is going to be on mines tonight, and game number 1 did fall straight into NVIDIA Ace's lap. Let's see how game number 2 is going to pan out for them. It looks like we've already got a heavy-ish selection coming from Team Efficiency with an AMX 50, one AMX 1390, a T69, and an IS3. I'm ready to call this crazy if we see a T32, because we've seen a tank composition just like that before, haven't we? With a T32, with one of each tank, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
in
right.
Silver Series especially.
Yeah, that's right. Well, in the other hand, NVIDIA has two T32s right now. So their composition is actually quite heavy as well.
All right. So there it is, two T69s, an AMX 50, and an IS3, and an AMX 1390 coming down for Team Efficiency. And what is it for the other guys?
It's AMX 50, IS3, two T69s, and an AMX 13.
All right. Sounds just about right.
They're really
here.
close, I think.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I wanted to point out as well. Almost completely identical.
Yeah.
The real deviation is two T32s from NVIDIA's team.
Yep.
All right.
The T32 is a good tank to counter the T69.
Okay, so here we are. They are off once again, spawning to the north. It would be NVIDIA Aces, and spawning to the south, It is team efficiency. All right. Now, Poseidon is already rushing into the center hill, or no, rather, it looks like he's taking a slight detour. He's going to let his...
Wow, he missed it.
Oh my god, his teammates miss. The third shot finally connects for 244
Ooh,
damage. He
wow.
himself is hit for 220.
Ooh.
And then rams into his teammates, and that's increasing the damage put on him by about
Yeah,
31 points.
yeah.
I don't quite understand. Why did he not take the center hill? He had a huge window of opportunity to go in. Why did he not go?
Okay.
Ah, all right.
Okay. Tanaka have to make it.
It looks like
Ooh, okay, he
Dexter's
shoot.
popping
He
out.
Oh,
Oh.
twice.
Yeah. All right, so there we go. Zeus is now looking for those spots.
Wow.
Yeah. Poseidon actually, I think that was actually a shot from C5M. Pardon me. And it kind of made the connection that it needed to. All right.